You're okay, right?
Good.
But it's great to have you in the studio. Really excited. You know, when I first saw your name, and I was like, listen, you know what? Let me take a second look at it. And it said your name was Amar, and I said, wow, you know. Give me a little bit of background on who you are, because a lot of our fans want to know. You know, we've been tweeting all day, getting some questions here, shout-out box and some emails. Is there a last name to it? You know, is there a stage name? A little bit of background. You know, how'd you get started into, you know, what you're doing today as a rap artist?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I started off really, I mean, having no idea I wanted to make music in general. You know, music has always been a part of my life. Growing up, just whatever was on the radio, growing up in Oakland and you know, different parts of the Bay and Pittsburgh. I mean, music was just there because that's what you had to go to. It was music or basketball, you know. And Amar is my name. You know, Amar Batia has been my name the whole time. And growing up in Cali, I just went by Amar. Everybody just called me Amar. I think the reason why they didn't call me Amar was because it rhymed with Hummer.
Hummer. But, you know, that's awesome. You know, you talk about growing up in Oakland, and I know that you're originally born in India?
Yeah.
Yeah, originally born in India. You went over to Oakland. How was that transition for you? I mean, at a young age? Or?
It was a year old. So
year old? So you really didn't.
Idea.
It was like, hey, mom and dad, I'm on the plane. I'm going to make it here in Oakland. Yeah. There you go. Well, that's good. And when did it all start? Because when I looked at some of your work in the past, it seems like you had some challenges.
Yeah.
You know, some really battles. And we talk about the economy. We talk about young youth artists coming about and what they do.
Yeah.
But yours is very special because you've been through some of those hurdles. What are those hurdles?
I mean, well, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. Typically, I mean, knock on wood, Indian parents work really hard. They provide a lot for their children. Granted, my mom and my dad, you know, worked their lives off. But just where we lived at, you know, how we lived, we had enough, you know. And I think going through that's when you start to appreciate it, because you really don't appreciate something unless you don't have it. So then when I did have it, you know, I started to take into it a little bit more. You know, when we could afford to buy things, when I could afford to buy my own CDs, you know, instead of having to borrow them. I mean, so just with that, I remember my first car to all that. And I think that's what ties back into my music, is not necessarily the struggle, but kind of like getting to
reaching that peak, reaching that level.
Yeah.
What would be the biggest challenge for you would say, until today? What's something that hit hard to home?
Something that hit hard to home, and this is getting real personal, but I'm pouring it out. My younger brother passed away 3 years ago. He was 18. There's a special song about him that I haven't even put out yet. But that was an eye-opener as well, just because it's, again, you know, that phrase, what you don't know, what you have until it's gone, that, I guess, sums up everything. You know, that was the hardest of my life.
And I think anybody who's had somebody pass away in their life, they have that feeling, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that you do really well is that your music is behind your brother.
Yeah.
That's your passion, and that's really good. And, you know, a lot of people want to know, what do you rap? What's it all about? You know, is it Punjabi? Is it Hindi? Is it R&B? Is it English?
Yeah.
What do you do, sir?
First things first, I'm a big Hindi music fanatic, so I pretty much know every Hindi movie song that's ever come out since like 1991. But my music primarily is focused, it's rapping and singing. It's all in English. You know, a lot of times people hear my music and they say, hey, this sounds just like Drake. I'm like, what? And that's kind of how I've been saying it. Like, hey, you want to listen to my music, man? Put on a you know, So Far Gone. It'll sound very similar. So very mainstream, very feel good, very something you definitely want to dance to, but very something that if you're having a bad day, you're gonna put it on, and you know, if you want to get pumped up, you're gonna put it on. So it's very lively and very diverse.
So when you're in the gym, you just you know, you're running that treadmill, and you put it on, and you say, you know what, Amar, push play on the iPad. There you go. It's good to go, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you know, we talk about writing music.
Yeah.
One is to actually sing it. One is to produce it.
Yeah.
But writing music, you know, since grade 12.
Yeah.
What's that passion? How do you do it? Do you grab a double coffee? Do you sit in a cafeteria? I would use the word secret. What would it be?
My secret is that I perceive very well. What I see is in my music. If I am at a club and I see who I feel like is the world's prettiest girl, you better believe my phone will be out and I'm writing about her right then and there. You know, if I'm just like, you know, I don't know, if I'm at a house party with my boys and I just take in the moment, like I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now, I rap about that. You know, if you know something just happened to me, I'm gonna rap about that. So I mean, the perception of life definitely it kind of inks itself out.
Now, you know, we're gonna feature a track of yours today.
Sure.
You know, it's called The Response.
Yeah.
How did that title come about?
The response was actually a text message I sent. It was the last text message I sent to one of my exes. She sent me, you know, everybody's had those 4-page long text messages, right? Mine was like, this is what I responded to her, and that was the last thing I sent. And one day I was going through it, and I read it, and I was like, this would be a great song.
The response.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's intriguing how your artistic qualities are writing about music that's going on in your life. We talk about your brother.
Yeah.
Talk about your ex. Is that where a lot of the music goes towards?
Definitely. I mean, I look at my life and what I rap about. It's a lot. It has a lot to do with relationships. I'm big on women, you know. So
I should get some advice from you, you know, because me right now, somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
And so I mean, I'm big on women. So you know, the good and the bad, the love and the pain is all there. You know, friendship, family, success, celebration. You know, that sums it up, and that's pretty much how everyone lives life. You know what I mean? So.
You got it, my friend.
Yeah.
You love women. You can live without them, but you can't live with them or without them, right? So that's what it is. But you know what? We're really going to feature your track here today.
Okay.
We're really excited about it. Is there anybody you collaborated with on this? Anybody you work with before we get into the track?
My younger brother is on the track.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually in a band. He's in a rock band. He does a whole different version of music. But yeah, my brother and I, he hears my song. He's just like, hey, let me get on this. And I was like, but you don't rap. He's like, no, I'll rap. And he spit the verse. He's on the 3rd verse. And this dude, I mean, I think he did a good job. So
You just jumped in, right?
Yeah,
so keeping it all in the family.
Yeah.
You know, and let me ask this question.
Sure.
You know, you are doing so many different things right now. You have a corporate job,
Yes,
correct?
I do.
But you also rap.
Yes, I do.
If you had to give up one, which one would it be today?
Today, if I had to give one up today, I'd give them up both. I can't make that sacrifice.
Can't, eh?
Yeah. I asked my dad. I was like, Dad, if me and my brother, you know, were hanging on a tree and you were holding both of us and you had to let us go, what would happen? He's like, I would let them both go because I love you too much. So I couldn't let either go. You know what I mean? I need the corporate job because, you know, right now rap's not paying bills. But I need rap because that's what helps me go to sleep at night, you know.
Awesome. North America tuned into Nutch Radio, #1 South Asian radio station in North America. We have the one and the only talented rapper, Amar from the USA. We got his latest single, The Response, only here on Nutch Radio.
Straight out of Diamond Style Production.
Girl, let's be honest. You know you don't want it. There's something that you should know. Know that you hurt me, so you don't deserve me. So I gotta let you go.
Damn, here we go again. Look what you just started, the beginning of the end. Constantly debating, is it something I should send? You killed a girl who loved me and you took away the friend. Finding a girl like you was so rare for me. The only one who really ever truly cared for me. You probably fight with God to get a prayer for me. Up or down, good or bad, you were there for me. Waited the whole wide world, you were there for me. I lost the key to your heart, you got a spare for me. And making this decision just isn't fair to me. Now I'm just like the other dude you compare to me. But see, I told you all my secrets. I took my heart up out my chest and told you you could keep it. The mountain that I'm climbing has now become the steepest. If I cut you so bad, why are all my wounds the deepest?
Girl, let's be honest. You know